Good
Oh,
evening.
Michael, it's Dave.
Good evening, Dave. This is Mike.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. How are you doing tonight? Tonight.
Good, good. Just busy as all get out, trying to build a team.
Well, busy's good.
Busy is very good. So, how was your vacation?
It was really good. Went up, spent a week up in the mountains in North Carolina, not North Carolina, in Georgia, North Georgia,
Hmm.
Tennessee, up in the Smokies.
Very good. Very good.
Had a good time.
Well, that's good then.
Yep. It's good to get away every now and then.
I agree. Who all went? Just you and Barbie?
Yep, just me and Barbie.
Left everybody else behind, huh?
Just left them behind.
Did they manage okay while you were gone?
Well, they all survived, so I guess they did.
Okay, that's good.
So how's your week been going? How's Joanne doing?
She's feeling some better,
That's great.
but getting a little persnickety in her old age, so pray for me.
Well, considering what she's got to put up with, I guess it's all right.
So, my my Skyforp check has steadily gone downward over the past couple months.
Well, the whole team is. I don't know. Well, what's happening is we got a lot of people that just
They don't want to upgrade.
they don't want to upgrade, and when it comes time, they just drop out
Hmm.
because you know money's just not falling out of the sky and falling on them. I guess
Right.
I guess they're afraid they're gonna have to do some work. Good evening. This is Mike in Georgia, and you've reached the winning team training call. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
David Mincy from
David.
Melbourne, Florida.
David Mincy. Good evening, David. And who else has just
Hey,
joined us? This is Mike in Georgia. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
good evening, Mike. It's Don from Northern Indiana.
And Don from Northern Indiana. Mighty glad to hear you here. I told you the other day I was going to call Robert Frank and talk to him, and I did that. Called and talked to him, and I sent him some information, a few links, and I invited him to the call tonight. He kind of talked like he might show up, but I guess we'll see if he will or won't.
Yeah. I had sent him the information and never heard anything from him, but I never talked to him on the phone. We
No.
just conversed via email.
Well, I had a nice long conversation with him. He's a real neat guy to talk to. Good evening. This is Mike in Georgia. You've reached the winning team training call for this Tuesday evening. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
This is Corinne.
Well, good evening, Corinne. They're from
Hi,
Chicago.
Corinne.
We're glad to have you in here tonight. See who else has just joined us here. This is Mike in Georgia. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, Mike. It's Sandy in North Carolina. How you doing?
Well, good evening, Sandy. You're in here bright and early.
Welcome back.
Well, thank you. We had a great time. My wife and I were up in the Smoky Mountains there.
Good.
We enjoyed
Glad to
ourselves.
hear it.
I'm sorry I wasn't able to get in here more than I was. I just
Oh
didn't
my
have a
gosh.
real good
No,
connection there.
it's good to hear your voice again.
We're glad to be back in here. It's good to hear everyone on the call. All
Hi,
right.
Sandy. Hi, Corinne. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm a little tired right now. I can't wait to get in the shower and I started a new part-time job today, so I won't go into details. But yeah, it was. I'm being tested. That's all I can say.
Oh, well, we'll be praying for you.
Well, let me get us all kicked off here and running here. We got somebody that wants to tell us something new he's learned this week, or something he's learned this week about how to keep his stars up on IBO. David, tell us about it.
Yeah, it's the system that gives you the stars if you get on. I just found out the more activity you spend on the dashboard after you write your PRs, is how the stars show up. You know, it's a system that does all that, and then it's the system that picks the day, the member of the day as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
That's what I learned.
Well,
I mean,
what?
it ain't no big deal.
Well, it is a big
I-
deal.
Well, I know, but I mean, I just learned it by accident, you know. And then I got in the back. I did a search, and I got all the people through IBO in my town. And I'm going to try to throw a home party around here, and try to get some of them to recruit it.
Well, you know, that's the way I got started in network marketing. Is been doing it, you know, inviting people to my home. I got a whole system there that we used to work on local people where we invited. You know, we would sponsor someone and we invite people to their home to see what we was doing and what it was all about, and then at the end, I made a little a little announcement that I was going to be in so and so's house next week, and we were going to be doing the same thing. And if anybody had anybody that they would like to see this presentation, then they should come to that location. And it worked really well for us. We built a pretty good team at that time doing that. So that's a good way to go about it. Find the people in your hometown. You can go to IBO and do a search there and find them in the ones in your hometown, and just get together. Just tell them you were going to get together and talk about IBO, if nothing else. Go ahead, Corinne. Do you have something to say?
No, I didn't. I was yawning. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, that's all right. I just heard you there. I didn't know if you had something to add there.
No, I just yawned. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. But that's a very good way to build a local group and get a little bit of excitement going. And like I said, you find them on IBO, so you know they're all members of IBO, and you can bring them in and allow them to share their experiences and stuff like that, and then talk to everyone, and then it gives you a real good opening to talk to them about ways you have to help them. I got some things I want to talk about tonight and ways you do have to help them, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Does anybody else have anything exciting you want to talk about tonight? It's been an exciting week. Well, I got a question. I want to throw out to everybody. And do you know the 4 things you need to be a successful networker?
Form.
Well, form's good. That's just a little bitty part of it, though. But anybody got any other ideas about what the 4 things you need to be a successful networker are?
Consistency, determination,
Those are all good.
persistence.
Balls.
Well, you need consistency. You need a coach,
That's
a
all
mentor, and a coach.
good. That's all good.
A product.
A product. That's a good product or service. Let's see who else has joined us here, and we'll
A
get
dream.
back to this. A dream is good. This is Mike in Georgia. You've reached the winning team training call for this Tuesday evening. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, Mike. It's Marnie from Canada. How are you?
Good evening, Marnie. We're glad to hear you in here tonight, too. How are you doing up in Canada?
Trying to stay dry.
Is it raining up there?
Oh, it's been raining off and on for over a week now.
Wow. I think we finally got out of the rain for a while. They're saying it's going to be dry now for the next week. So
Yeah. Well, our long weekend was really wet, and then Monday was nice.
that's great. I hope you have a good week the rest of the week. Marnie, we've been talking about the 4 things that a networker needs to be successful, and everybody's been giving us some of their thoughts and ideas. Do you have anything you'd like to add to that? And do you have any idea what the 4 things you need to be a successful networker are?
Or you want 4 or just a suggestion? One?
Well, you
I don't know.
can throw out anything, and then I'm gonna tell you what I've come up with. But we
Well, I
got
don't know if I can come up with 4 right at the moment here, but
any of them do anything.
to be not to give up, be consistent.
Okay, that's very good. That's a couple times we've heard that tonight. Consistency.
Become their friend, but that's not the word I want to use.
Relationship.
Build a relationship with them. Don't try to sell them anything. Bang like that. Help them out. Be there for them. Talk to them.
Anybody else have anything you want to add? That's all good so far.
Okay, what did everybody else say so far? Basically the same.
Some of the same, and a few other things. Somebody said dream, and somebody Don said you need a product or a service, and that's good. That's all good. Let me tell you the 4 things that I've come up with here, and the first thing is to have a daily or weekly cash flow. Without, you don't need necessarily to have a big, huge cash flow coming in, but a steady cash flow coming in to help you cover the expenses, so that you're operating from a profit standpoint. Can we create a weekly cash flow, daily, weekly cash flow with Stifort? Not necessarily do we, but can we?
Eventually.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something. It's a real good thing to go through your back office in Stifort and look over what they call the pay plan, the compensation plan. And if you look through that, you'll realize that there is a possibility of creating actually a daily cash flow with Stifort. You have money coming in on a daily basis. When I first signed up with Stifort, one of the things that got me excited at that time, I was having check mailed to me, a paper check. I still have a copy of every one of those checks from when I first started. I kept them in an envelope here, but one thing excited me is that every Monday I knew that I could go to the post office and expect a check in my mailbox. And the reason for that was because I got paid $25 for everybody that I brought into Stifort, and I knew that I could get that check every week, and by simply going out and finding a new person each week. A number of ways that I did that. One of the ways is I went to back office and I listened to some of the training videos. Actually, I listened to every training video they had back there. I wanted to know and I wanted to learn what I needed to do to bring people in. Which gets me to the second thing that we need to be able to be a successful networker, and that's enough prospects to talk to on a daily basis. One of the first things that I was taught when I first got involved in network marketing about 40 years ago was make a list. Make a list of everybody I know, and then start calling and talking to those people. One thing that happened real quickly is I made a list, but what happened real quickly was I ran out of people on my list to talk to. So I had to learn one way to keep people continually adding to my list is, and I've told everybody my way. Do y'all all have a list? Are you working from a list? Are you adding people to that list on a daily basis? Are you talking to people on a daily basis?
Oh.
Why are you not talking to people on a daily basis? And don't everybody speak at once.
When I'm out and about, I talk to everybody, but I'm not always out and about every day. Sometimes I stay home, and sometimes I use the phone to talk to different people, but I try to talk to somebody new every day, and I try to add them to my list. I try to let them know that I care and that I'm not just a face on the wall, but I'm a person who's interested in their success and interested in them personally. So I think that's part of the problem is that people don't take personal interest in their prospects.
We have, and that's good, and you're right, and that's one of the biggest problems with network marketing, in my opinion, is that people sponsor someone and then they tell them what they've been told. You know, go out and make a list and start contacting people on that list and invite them to hear or see your opportunity, what you have to show them. But a lot of, in fact, most networking companies, they tell you to do that, but then they don't tell you how to keep those people coming on a regular daily basis into your list. We have in our back office, in the Skyfork back office, and it's also duplicated on the in the Winning Team website. There's a page that's titled Unlimited Prospecting for Free. How many times have people told you, well, you know, the money's in the list, so you need to go out and buy a list of names? Has anybody ever heard that? You need to go out and buy a list of names?
I have.
Dave, let me ask you, did you do that?
No.
Well, you're smart. Has anybody had gone out and bought a list of names to contact?
No.
I have. Haven't had a lot of success with them, but
That was my next question.
once in a great while, somebody signs up.
That was my next
Pretty
question, is how much
But
success have you had?
I've had very little, but when I see something where you can get 1 million opt-in leads for $5, I have trouble resisting. So that's
You
my
have trouble
problem.
resisting, and probably, you know, 500,000 other people had trouble resisting that too. So then they all call the same people. Assuming you got on the phone and called them, because I'm gonna tell you, most working from a list like that, if you're not gonna be willing to get on the phone, you're not gonna succeed. You can't send people total cold strangers that don't have any idea who you are or anything like that, you just can't send them an email and expect to have any positive results from it. There is a way. There is a way that you can have unlimited prospects coming into your list so that you can talk to on a daily basis. And if you will go, well, in our back office, underneath the More tab, not in our back office, in the Winning Team website, underneath the More tab, you'll find Stifort training videos. And if you hover over that, there is a website that opens up, or a page that opens up, a little menu that says Unlimited Prospecting for Free. Is free a good enough price?
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's always been my philosophy that you don't pay for names. You don't pay for names because you're not going to have any positive results from buying names of total strangers. But if you will go to that page, or you can find the same page in the back office of your Stifort program, and under training and training library, you'll find the same information, identical, and there is 10 steps, 10 ways that you can create a list of people, an unending list of people, one that you'll never be able to work all the way through. And it's free. It's a system for working that is totally, absolutely free. And you can work with these names. Now, the one key to this is you're going to have to be willing to pick the phone up and give them a call. You can email them. You can email these people that are coming into your list. And sometimes, just like Dave said a while ago, on occasion you'll find get positive results from one. But for the most part, you're not going to get any good results just sending them an email. But you'll find that if you call people, you'll have a tremendous results. People are glad to talk to you. They don't bite. You know, absolutely positive worst thing they can do is say no when you talk to them, or they can hang the phone up on you, but that doesn't hurt. Believe me, I know. I've had it hung up on me a few times. That don't hurt. You just pick the phone up and call the next one on the list. But if you'll go through those, there's a series of 10 videos there, and if you'll go through each video, you'll find a number of ways and a number of ideas. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I don't even begin to suggest that you do everything on that list, every one of those videos. I don't suggest that you do every bit of it, but pick the ones out that you're most comfortable with working with, and just off of one simple idea there, you can come up with a never-ending list of names to talk to. And I promise you, if you'll talk to 10 people a day, you'll wind up with more people on your team than you know what to do with. The third thing of the 4 things to be successful is you need a duplicatable system and information process. And it needs to be simple. And I'm sure all of y'all are familiar with KISS, K-I-S-S. Well, that's exactly what you need. You need a simple, duplicatable system for once you've contacted these people to bring them on board. Get them involved with what you're doing. You need a simple way. You need a simple way of developing that relationship that Sandy was talking about a while ago. You need to have relationship marketing. And that super simple, duplicatable, simple system. Each and every one of you have already. You have it. You just need to use it, and using it is simple. All you have to do is, once you talk to people, make a friend with them, and invite them to the Winning Team website. Invite them to the Winning Team website. It's absolutely free for them to go there. The information there is free. All the information they need to have them realize that we're here to help provide that support, training, tools, everything they need in order to become successful. It's there, and it's really, really simple. There's a little short form they fill out, and then they will be tied into the system where we will tie them into the Winning Team chat room. We will invite them to the calls. I say we, I'm including all of us here, you, everybody else. When you invite someone to the Winning Team, and Don knows because he does this very, very effectively and very frequently. When they come to the Winning Team and they go through just the front page, if they don't do anything else but just go through the front page, they'll find a little form on there. They fill the form out to join the Winning Team for free. People like free. When they join the Winning Team for free, that form comes to me in an email, and the very first thing I do, because on that form is one of the questions on that form is who referred them to the Winning Team, who sent them to that website. So when that's part of the information that I receive, and when I receive that, the first thing I do, without going any further, is I turn around and forward that information in an email to that person that referred them to the Winning Team. And when that happens, when you get an email from me with all the information of someone that you've referred to the Winning Team, the very first thing you want to do is call them, welcome, congratulate them, to the Winning Team. And each and every one of you can and has the ability to go ahead and tie them into the Winning Team chat room in Skype if they have a Skype ID. And they're all, one thing you have to do to be able to add them to the chat room is have them on your contact list, on your Skype contact list. I always, without fail, I always send them an invitation to join my contact list, so that, and I give them full explanation that what I'm going to do is add them to the Winning Team chat room. As soon as they confirm my invitation to join my contact list. If you do the same thing and they join your contact list, the first thing you want to do then is add them to the Winning Team chat room. We get them into the system, make them part of the team, make them feel like they're part of the team, make them realize that we're here to help them succeed. And this system is super simple to follow, and it's extremely duplicatable, because that's all you have to do is invite them to the Winning Team. They fill the form out, you get the information, you call them, and you just tell them that you're sending them an invitation to be added to your contact list, so you can add them to the Winning Team chat room. And anyway, the fourth thing that is critical, and I think it's where a lot of networkers fall short. And that is sales training. Closing the sale. There's a number of ways that you have of closing the sale. If you're not comfortable with with doing sales, and after all, we are in the sales business. We're selling tools, picks and shovels, but more than that, we're also in the people business. And if you're not comfortable with sales, then
Job driving people to their
you need to
doctor's appointments and
in-
stuff. And
invite
today was my first day. by
invite them
myself.
to a three-way call and do a three-way call. You can contact me, or you can contact your sponsor, whoever your sponsor happens to be. If you can't get a hold of me, shame on me, but you should be able to. But if you can't get a hold of me, there's other team members that will be more than glad to work with you, do a three-way call with you, and help you go ahead and talk to these people and you know, tell them what the system is all about, what the winning team's about, why we use Stifort. And we use Stifort simply because we create a cash flow, and we utilize the tools in order to create prospects that we can talk to on a daily basis. We have a duplicatable system, and we do have sales training. One of the best sales training I know of right now is on a regular basis on the Stifort Leaders Lounge. Don posts the latest video from Eric Worre. That's excellent sales training right there, and building ways to build your MLM business, ways to become an MLM professional. And there are other sales training. There are sales training videos in your back office for your Stifort. We also have training videos on the Winning Team website. And if that's not enough, and if you got a specific question or something like that, you can go to the Winning Team chat room, post your question, and somebody's going to answer it for you. We're going to help and work with you. Anything you need. That's what we're all here. That's what the team is about. Now, that's the 4 things that I come up with that a networker needs to be successful. Do we have anybody want to comment on that?
I have a question.
Okay.
How do you spell duplicatable?
Duplicatable.
Let's duplicate.
No, duplicatable. DABLE.
Okay, my spell check says that's not a word.
Well, that's the problem with spell check. It doesn't know how to spell. My spell check actually tells me that's not a word too, but it is a
Okay,
word.
I wondered.
It's a word. I just made it up. We have a duplicatable system, and that duplicatable system is there. It doesn't matter what business your prospect wants to build. It doesn't matter what business you're actually building. You got the opportunity. Once you've gone through this, once you've brought them into this team and to system to help them, to share with them whatever opportunity that you want to share with them, and to share with them, their opportunity. Like I said, we use Stifort. The reason we use Stifort because Stifort creates a cash flow, and Stifort has the tools and the system and the training that all networkers need to fulfill these 4 steps here. Now, you got anything else you want to add, Dave?
No, I'm getting called away. I have to go, but thanks a lot, Mike. I appreciate your 4 steps.
We thank you for being here.
Have a nice evening, everybody.
Good night, Reverend Dave.
Good night, Reverend Dave.
Good night.
Oh, no problem.
Don, you got anything you want to add? Can you think of anything I need that I left out, or?
Remember, I had
Well, I'd just like to say, when you make up a word, you can spell it any way you want,
That's true.
because you're the creator.
That's true.
I was the legal secretary for 30 years. I worked for Johnny Cochran at one time. I worked for Johnny Cochran.
How about you, David? Down in Florida. You got anything you want to add to that?
No, I don't have anything I need to add to it.
Well, I'm not telling you I've got all the answers. I can tell you where to find the answers, but I don't have you to tell you that I have them all. So, but this is something that I've come up with, and I read, and I'm.
Before they gave him the chemo.
Marnie, do you have anything? Sandy over there in North Carolina. I assume Doug's there with you. Y'all have anything you want to add to that?
Definitely don't push everything out here. I told him you might want to look at.
Well, I will say that we did have a good time up in the mountains this week. We enjoyed it, and I apologize for not being on the calls any more than I have. I didn't even get last week's recorded right because it didn't come out good enough to post. But we will make an exception. We'll have tonight's posted either tonight or tomorrow.
I'll make a statement there, Mike.
Okay, I'm always willing.
I've learned how to do the safe list now. I've got 925 emails in there, but I'm going to go into watch those videos that you're talking about so I can have an unlimited list, because I've only got 2 out of 900 emails, names and phone numbers and email addresses. So
I usually have an average of about 1 to 2 out of every 100 names I go through. So you're not doing bad. That's not a bad average. But go through those 10 steps. There's 10 videos. It'll take you a little while to go through all of them. And I'm not telling you, each one of them's a different idea, a different system to use and things like that. But they all are very effective. I'm not telling you got to use them all, but go through them and find the one that suits you best, or 2 that suit you best, and work them. Work those ideas, create your name list, and then what do you do with those names once you have them?
call them on the phone.
Call them on the phone.
Make a friend with them.
There you go. You've got the system. You call, you make a friend. Don't call and tell them that you want them to, that they got to get in Stifle, or that they got to get in whatever business you want to do, your tree business or whatever. You don't tell them they got to do that. Tell them that you make a friend, and just tell them that you have a free gift for them. You got a free way of first of all providing them with support and tools and training that's absolutely free. It's not going to cost them anything. And you have another free gift that you can give people, and that's IBO. If they're not part of IBO, then you can give them IBO, which is a way of getting exposure for whatever opportunity or business that they happen to be part of. And you can offer it to them as a free gift, just for putting up with you and talking with you and building a relationship there. And usually when you do that, you've shown people that you care about their successes enough to the point that they're willing to listen to you a little bit, and you can invite them to the winning team, and once they go through, look at the winning team, and they see what's there and what's available for them, and see that we do have the support that they probably need, and then most people are not getting that support. So they go through, and it's not going to cost them anything. They got nothing to lose. They fill out the short form. You get that information because I'm going to send it to you. And when you do, you just follow up with them. You just call them, tell them you just wanted to follow them up. Welcome to the winning team, and talk with them and get them tied into the winning team chat room. Invite them to the calls. Invite them to these calls tonight. Thursday night, and also invite them to the Stifel webinars on Tuesday night, Friday night, and Saturday at noon. Anyway, it's an easily duplicatable system. If you will do that, you'll find that the people that you do that with not only will come aboard on your team, but they will also in turn do the same thing with other people, and you'll find that your team starts to grow, and it will grow. It amazes me how many people we actually have, and the matrix underneath us. I wish more of them would plug in, become engaged to the system, but even the ones that don't, they go out and try to do it on their own, and when they start realizing they can't do it on their own, if we just try to stay in contact with them, which is one of the reasons for tying them into the chat room and also these calls, if we just stay in contact with them and let them know that we care, they will become part of the team, and they will also duplicate. They'll duplicate what you're doing. People learn to do what has been done. In other words, their first exposure to you is the way they're going to learn to contact and deal with people and prospects of their own. Does anybody else have anything they want to add tonight? It's a little bit early, but we can go ahead and close out. If you don't, if you do, I'm more than willing to listen.
I don't have anything.
Alrighty. Well, with that, I'm going to say good night and good evening. Look forward to having everybody back here again on Thursday night, and at 8 o'clock. And like I said, there is a webinar tonight at 10 o'clock for Stifel. Again at Friday night at 10 o'clock, and again Saturday at noon. So information on how to access those webinars is on your home page in your Stifel back office. With that, I'll say good evening. I appreciate everybody being here tonight, and we look forward to talking to you again Thursday.
Okay. Good night.
Thank you,
Good night,
Mike.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.